Am I having regrets? It's a little weird. The flipping doesn't. Hi, I'm Alexis, and if you know anything about my cooking style, you know I love using an ingredient in as many ways as possible. It cuts down on food waste, and it's better for your budget. So today, my friends Betsy and Katie have challenged me to make a 3-course meal using only 5 ingredients. I don't know what they are, but I think I'm excited. I'm ready!
I'm so scared for you.
Love this, okay. Initial thoughts, I'm like, these are all ingredients I have at home. Dessert is gonna be weird. For my surprise ingredients, I have corn cereal, chickpeas, shrimp, lemons, and carrots.
So I know at home you've got a pantry, so we are gonna give you access to a few pantry staples to help you a little bit along the way.
And what are those pantry staples? Thanks, guys. For my pantry staples, I have flour, olive oil, sugar, salt, and garlic powder. I really felt so excited seeing these surprise ingredients, and I was like, I can totally do this in my sleep. But I really just kind of blacked out and seemed to forget that I won't have a full pantry. I'm gonna brainstorm. The shrimp shells could be made into like shrimp stock. Carrot tops could be like a chimichurri. With the chickpeas, I can make aquafaba. Wait, do I get any kitchen tool I want for this?
Absolutely, yes.
Score! Whenever I do Chef Out of Water, I have whatever ingredients I want, but a weird cooking tool. So maybe this will be easier. With whatever I do, I want to make sure it's like properly appetizer, main course, dessert. Okay, I have a plan. I don't know how I feel about the plan, but I have one, and we'll see what happens. I'm so nervous. I don't know what I'm doing.
Is this harder than Chef Out of Water?
This is definitely harder. So maybe this will be easier. I'm gonna start with dessert. I'm just gonna do really simple 1-to-1 sugar and water. Betsy and Katie told me I could use water. Very generous of them. It's making my life a lot easier. Normally I would blanch the lemons before, but I'm gonna skip that today because there's a lot to do. When you're making a simple syrup, you want the sugar to completely dissolve and come to a boil so it becomes like that nice syrupy mixture. My simple syrup's boiling. I'm just gonna pop the lemons in and let them go for 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna move on to my streusel. I would love some butter right now, but you know, that's part of the challenge. I also don't really have quantities in mind, so I'm really just winging it. I'm gonna add some sugar and some salt. Nice balance of flavors there. I'm gonna add a little bit of the infused simple syrup.
How you feeling? How you feeling?
I don't know. This is weird. Maybe I need more sugar? Let's see. I mean, this tastes pretty good. I thought I'd add some olive oil because I don't have the fat from the butter. I don't want it to taste like olive oil though, so I think I just need to be like pretty sparing. I feel like I'm a kid like in the pantry just like kind of like grabbing things and being like, does this work? I'm hoping that some of this kind of like clumps together like a little cereal cluster. If this works, I will be truly shocked and very impressed with myself. My lemons are done though. I think I'm gonna pop the lemons on a sheet pan and then pop them both in the oven, and then move on to the next part. The last component of my dessert is to make a meringue. Usually to do this, you would use egg whites, but obviously I don't have any eggs, but I do have chickpeas. In vegan baking, it's really popular to use aquafaba for meringues, even for savory dishes. I've never done it before. We'll see what happens when I try. So to do this, just gonna pour the liquid in. It's hard to believe that this works. Save these for later. All right, just whisk. So it actually looks kind of like egg whites. If I was making meringue, I would start adding the sugar. In this case, I'm gonna use the infused lemon simple syrup, really bringing it home. Low waste, guys. And I hope that works.
How you feeling?
It looks like it's kind of working. So fine, soft peaks. Just gonna give it a little taste. I'm not sure the simple syrup is really doing its job, so I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna add regular granulated sugar and some lemon zest, which I think are really gonna bring the flavors of meringue, whipped cream home. And we get to use the lemon in another way. Win-win. Let's see if this helps. Nice! It's a little weird. Wow. I feel a lot of things. We'll start with the bad. The lemons didn't quite turn out the way I expected. I'm gonna rectify it by just chopping them up. The cornflakes look amazing. Okay, maybe I should try some. We're gonna start with crumble. And then I think creamy, and then some lemon. And I'm just gonna repeat that again, double layer. So cute. I think this is incredibly charming. I'm gonna pop them in the fridge, move on to the next course. Now I'm gonna make my appetizer. I really don't have a plan for this. To start, I'm gonna add some cornflakes. I have an idea to add the chickpeas to the cornflakes and then pulse it all together. Follow your gut, but my gut isn't telling me anything. It looks kind of like chickpea flour, which is actually a really good sign. That's what I want. I mean, I don't really know what I want, but I think this is what I want. Now I'm gonna add some salt. I think this can be like pretty generous on the salt, and some garlic powder because that's the only other seasoning I have. Some olive oil. And then I thought I would add some aquafaba to have it stick together a little bit. I want it to be like pancake batter, so I think I'm gonna add some water. Confidence is just not very high right now. I think before I add more water, I'm gonna do a test pancake. I'm gonna use olive oil. If I was at home, I'd probably use an oil with a higher smoke point. I don't have any cooking time because this isn't a real recipe and I've never done it before. So I'm just gonna wait to see what happens. The flipping doesn't, I didn't put flour, duh. I'm gonna add some carrots and some flour and try again. I really believe that this is gonna work. And I think a few tablespoons of flour. It's really about getting that right texture of like making sure it holds together enough and also that it's loose enough to spread. Look at that. Okay, cute. It looks like the sides are kind of firming up, so let's take a look. Oh, that looks gorgeous. This is a fritter. A confidence level, just shock. I'm gonna make a few more of these, make them a little smaller, more uniform, and move on. Whenever I make fritters, I love having like a saucy element to go along with it. To get started, I just want to chop some of the carrot tops. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like you're walking into a garden. It's just like carrot. You know, even if I had been given pepper, I think that would have been helpful, but lemon juice. This is also gonna be really nice to like cut the like fattiness, the richness of the fritter. And this is just a little salt. Yeah, that's kind of cute. I'm just gonna plate this, which is incredibly easy. I think it looks like really cute, very creative. You can do so much with so little. This is really cute. Appetizer set, I'm gonna finish up with the main course. Okay, so for my main dish, it feels really ambitious, but I'm gonna try to make pasta in a shrimp brodo. To start, I have to make the shrimp stock. I'm gonna use these carrot tops, which have like so much flavor in them. Just add them right to the water. Whenever I'm making shrimp at home, we always save the shells and keep them in a bag in the freezer. I'm also gonna use this lemon that I zested before. There's still a few peels on here that I think I can get. I'm gonna add some salt. Because I don't have real garlic, I'm gonna add some of the garlic powder. Yeah, now onto the shrimp. I know this sounds really weird, but I actually love peeling shrimp. Making stocks is such a great way to use up what you have in your pantry and in your fridge. My water's starting to simmer. I've peeled my shrimp, so time to add the shells in. And this part is really fun because the shells turn like bright pink pretty quickly. You can totally do this with shrimp without the heads on, but that's just gonna add even more flavor. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna let this simmer and move on to the pasta. I've made pasta so many times, but I've never used aquafaba in it. I'm really excited to see how it turns out. Gonna add some salt and then pour it right in the middle. And I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil, which is gonna keep it like really tender and add like a great texture. At this point, I would start kneading if it was with an egg, so I think I'll do the same. When you're making pasta, it always feels wrong. You're like, how can this become pasta? It does feel different than pasta with an egg in it. This is a lot harder to knead. I feel like I could chuck it and it would like kind of knock someone out. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. I'm gonna put some plastic wrap over it, let it hang out for 30 minutes, an hour. Confidence level 5. My dough's been resting and it actually looks a lot better. Basically, it looks exactly how I want it to, which is a shock. Whenever you're making homemade pasta, you want to make sure that whatever dough you're not using, you are keeping sealed. When you're making pasta, start on the widest setting. I like to go through a few times on each setting. I feel like confidence level now is like 6.5. One more just to like get it really perfect. I can't believe it. It looks beautiful. I'm so impressed. I'm just gonna add a little bit of flour and cut it by hand. I think I'm gonna do pappardelle type length. That feels right. It's so good. The day has taken it 180. Perfect, wow. I'm gonna let this pasta hang out. It can kind of like dry out a little and then move on. So now I'm gonna cook my shrimp. I strained this shrimp stock. I'm gonna poach the shrimp in the stock. Since the stock is heated up, I'm just gonna add the shrimp right in. Poaching is a really nice way to cook shrimp. I mean, look how fast it goes. It's already starting to turn pink. I'm just gonna let that cook for another minute. It's looking really good. Shrimp is done. I'm gonna keep the broth just off to the side. My shrimp are ready to go, and now all I have to do is boil the pasta. It's gonna add a little bit more salt to it and cook the pasta. When you're making homemade pasta, the joy is that it cooks really quickly. Just wanna kind of gently twirl it just so it doesn't stick together. Basically, when it starts to float and come to the top, you're done. Ooh, the texture is a little weird. I don't love it. Doesn't really taste like pasta. I don't know, guys. It's kind of sticking together. Let me add a few shrimp. Maybe that'll salvage. I think for the ingredients I have, I've done the best I can. I just want to add a little of the broth. This is gonna help, I think. Maybe a little olive oil, a little salt. And then I thought I would just put some of the carrot top greens on just for a little contrast. There's nothing else I can do. I'm gonna get the other 2 courses, and it's time for Katie and Betsy to taste them. Fingers crossed. Betsy, Katie.
Yes.
I have made you a 3-course meal using only 5 ingredients. As you know,
We've been watching it.
Yes.
And we've been impressed.
Exceeded expectations.
it kind of looks like a full meal.
Should we try the appetizer first?
Chickpea cornflake carrot fritters.
Nice crunch.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that.
It's shockingly good.
I really, really like this.
Main course.
I'm nervous about this part.
I know you were skeptical, but I'm actually excited. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God.
It's a wee bit salty,
I think the shrimp are cooked perfectly.
and I don't mind the shrimp stock.
Yeah.
I find that the texture of the noodles to be hard.
I'm very excited for dessert.
Cheers.
Oh, this is shockingly good.
It's like foamy, it's crunchy.
The cornflakes really worked out.
Only 5 ingredients in a 3-course meal. I'm impressed.
And you made pasta. One thing is for sure, I cannot believe that you did this.
I feel really proud, but if you want more recipes kind of like this, I have a cookbook coming out April 19th, and it's all about this very thing, making the most of your ingredients in ways that are really inspiring and delicious.
And we're so proud of you.
I love that.
You can pre-order in the link below, and if you want to see me do a challenge like this again, let us know.
And go read your cookbook to us.
Yeah, we will.